PVC conduit installed within a concrete slab in a residential building is generally not classified as a wet location according to electrical codes. A wet location is defined as an area subject to saturation with water or other liquids. While concrete can absorb moisture, the interior of a properly installed and sealed PVC conduit system within the slab is not considered to be routinely exposed to such conditions. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific definitions and guidelines for determining wet, damp, and dry locations. These classifications are important because they dictate the type of wiring methods and equipment that can be used safely in each environment. For instance, conductors used in wet locations must have insulation suitable for wet environments. Although a concrete slab itself might be damp or wet, the PVC conduit provides a protective barrier. The code focuses on the environment within the raceway, not the surrounding material. To maintain the integrity of the conduit system and prevent moisture from entering, proper installation is crucial. Firstly, all joints and connections must be made according to the manufacturer's instructions using appropriate PVC cement. This ensures a watertight seal. Secondly, the conduit should be securely fastened to prevent movement and stress on the joints. Thirdly, any openings or penetrations in the slab should be properly sealed to prevent water from seeping into the conduit. Furthermore, when transitioning from an underground or embedded conduit run to a different environment, such as above ground, consider using appropriate sealing fittings or methods to prevent condensation from forming inside the conduit. Temperature differences between the conduit and the surrounding environment can lead to condensation, which could accumulate over time. In addition to preventing moisture ingress, it is also important to protect the PVC conduit from physical damage during and after installation. Concrete work can be abrasive, and sharp objects could potentially puncture or damage the conduit. Ensure the conduit is adequately buried within the slab to prevent it from being exposed to impact or abrasion. While PVC conduit is not considered a wet location in this scenario, it is crucial to adhere to all applicable electrical codes and regulations. These codes provide specific requirements for conductor fill, support spacing, and other aspects of conduit installation to ensure safety and prevent potential problems. Consult the most recent edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for the specific requirements in your area. When selecting conductors for installation within PVC conduit in a concrete slab, consider the temperature rating of the conductors. The ambient temperature of the concrete slab can affect the operating temperature of the conductors. Choose conductors with a temperature rating that is suitable for the expected conditions. Furthermore, ensure the conductors are properly sized for the intended load to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. Overloading conductors can cause them to overheat, which can damage the insulation and create a dangerous situation. It's also important to consider the dirt factors specified in the NEC for conductors installed in conduit. When multiple conductors are installed in the same conduit, the ampacity of each conductor must be directed to account for the heat generated by the other conductors. This ensures that the conductors do not exceed their maximum operating temperature. Proper grounding and bonding are also essential for electrical safety. Ensure the conduit system is properly grounded and bonded to provide a low impedance path for fault current. This helps to protect people from electric shock and to prevent equipment damage. Grounding and bonding requirements are specified in the NEC. When installing PVC conduit in a concrete slab, be mindful of the potential for concrete to react with certain materials. PVC is generally compatible with concrete, but it's always a good idea to check the manufacturer's recommendations to ensure there are no known compatibility issues. In addition to the above considerations, it's also important to follow good workmanship practices. Install the conduit neatly and professionally, and ensure all connections are tight and secure. This will help to prevent problems in the future and ensure the longevity of the electrical system. When routing the conduit, avoid sharp bends or kinks that could damage the conduit or make it difficult to pull conductors. Use appropriate bending equipment to create smooth, gradual bends. This will also help to reduce friction when pulling conductors. Before pouring the concrete, inspect the conduit installation to ensure everything is properly installed and secured. This is the last opportunity to make any corrections or adjustments before the concrete is poured. Once the concrete is poured, it will be difficult or impossible to make changes. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure the electrical system is installed in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. A qualified electrician has the knowledge and experience to properly design and install an electrical system that is safe and reliable. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to leave it to the professionals. Improperly installed electrical systems can create a fire hazard or pose a risk of electric shock. While PVC conduit within a concrete slab in a residence is not typically classified as a wet location, careful attention to detail and adherence to electrical codes are paramount. Proper sealing, secure fastening, consideration of temperature ratings, correct conductor sizing, grounding, and bonding are all essential for a safe and reliable electrical installation. Regular inspection and maintenance can help identify potential problems early on, preventing costly repairs and ensuring the continued safety of the electrical system. Also, ensure that the type of PVC conduit used is appropriate for the installation. Schedule 40 PVC is commonly used for underground and embedded applications, but other types of PVC conduit may be required depending on the specific application and local codes. Check with the local building authority or a qualified electrician to determine the appropriate type of conduit for your project. When connecting PVC conduit to electrical boxes or enclosures, use appropriate fittings and connectors. These fittings should be designed for use with PVC conduit and should provide a watertight seal. Do not use fittings that are not designed for use with PVC conduit, as they may not provide a proper seal and could allow moisture to enter the conduit system. Also, consider the expansion and contraction of PVC conduit due to temperature changes. PVC conduit expands and contracts more than metal conduit, so it's important to allow for this movement when installing the conduit. Use expansion couplings or other methods to accommodate the expansion and contraction of the conduit. Failure to allow for expansion and contraction can cause the conduit to crack or break. When running conduit through different temperature zones, such as from an underground location to an above-ground location, condensation can form inside the conduit. This condensation can damage the conductors and other electrical components. To prevent condensation, seal the conduit at both ends and use a desiccant to absorb any moisture that may enter the conduit. Another important consideration is the backfill material used around the conduit. Avoid using sharp rocks or other debris that could damage the conduit. Use a clean, well-graded backfill material that is free of sharp objects. Compact the backfill material properly to provide support for the conduit. When installing multiple runs of conduit in the same trench, maintain adequate spacing between the conduits. This will allow for proper heat dissipation and prevent the conduits from overheating. The NEC specifies the minimum spacing requirements for conduits installed in parallel. It's also important to protect the conduit from damage during construction. Cover the conduit with boards or other protective materials to prevent it from being damaged by heavy equipment or foot traffic. After the concrete has been poured, inspect the conduit for any damage. If any damage is found, repair it immediately. Small cracks or punctures can allow moisture to enter the conduit system and cause problems. Finally, remember to keep accurate records of the conduit installation. These records should include the location of the conduit runs, the type of conduit used, the size of the conduit, and any other relevant information. These records will be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. In addition to the above considerations, it is important to be aware of the potential for rodents and other pests to enter the conduit system. These pests can damage the conductors and other electrical components. To prevent pests from entering the conduit system, seal all openings and penetrations in the conduit. Use a sealant that is specifically designed for use with electrical conduit. You can also install rodent guards at the ends of the conduit to prevent rodents from entering. Also, be aware of the potential for chemical attack on the PVC conduit. Some chemicals can damage PVC conduit, causing it to crack or break. Avoid using PVC conduit in areas where it may be exposed to harsh chemicals. If you must use PVC conduit in such areas, protect it with a chemical-resistant coating. Furthermore, consider the weight of the concrete when designing the conduit system. The concrete can exert a significant amount of pressure on the conduit, so it's important to use a conduit that is strong enough to withstand this pressure. Schedule 80 PVC conduit is stronger than Schedule 40 PVC conduit and may be required for certain applications. Finally, be sure to comply with all applicable codes and regulations when installing PVC conduit in a concrete slab. The NEC and local building codes provide specific requirements for conduit installation, and it's important to follow these requirements to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. Remember that working with electricity can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you.